Hey besties, it's your girl Melody RBLX and oh my gosh, thank you so much for 60 subscribers. Like literally, we're growing so fast I can't even believe it. You guys are absolutely amazing and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. But okay, listen up because what I'm about to tell you is going to make you question everything you thought you knew about mobile games. Like, I'm not even kidding, when I found out about this stuff, I literally couldn't sleep for 3 days straight. So you know how we all had those random apps on our phones when we were younger? Like, you'd download something super weird just because it looked cute or funny. Well, what if I told you that some of the most popular kids apps from a few years ago just vanished? Like, completely disappeared from existence, and nobody talks about it anymore? I'm talking about apps like Coco Princess, Avatar World, Talking Steak, and literally dozens of others that millions of kids were obsessed with. And not gonna lie, when I started digging into this rabbit hole, I found some seriously disturbing stuff that made me go, literally what? Okay, but listen, it all started when my little cousin was like, Melody, remember that princess game we used to play together? And I was like, yeah of course, but then she showed me her phone and the app was just gone. Not just uninstalled, but like it never existed. The App Store had no record of it, Google had barely any search results, and all the YouTube videos about it were either deleted or had super weird glitchy audio. So obviously I freaked out and started investigating because hello, that's what we do here. And what I found was honestly so creepy that I'm getting chills just thinking about it right now. First, let me tell you about Coco Princess. This was literally the app that every girl in my elementary school was playing back in like 2019. You could dress up this super cute princess character, decorate her castle, and there were all these mini games that were actually really fun. The graphics were amazing for a free app, and the music was so catchy that it would get stuck in your head for days. But here's where it gets weird, the app started having these really strange updates. Like, the princess would sometimes appear in outfits that players never selected. Kids started posting on forums about how their princess would be wearing this creepy black dress with red eyes, and when they tried to change it, the app would glitch out and show this message that said, Princess Coco is sleeping now. And then there's Avatar World, which was basically like a virtual dollhouse where you could create entire families and stories. Millions of kids were making YouTube videos about their Avatar World families, creating these elaborate storylines and adventures. But then players started noticing that their characters would move on their own sometimes. Like, you'd open the app and find your avatars in completely different rooms, doing things you never programmed them to do. One girl posted a video, and I actually saw this before it got deleted, where her avatar family was all standing in the kitchen, but they were all facing the wall with their backs to the camera. She tried to move them but they wouldn't respond, and then the app just crashed. When she reopened it, all her progress was gone and there was just one avatar left, a little girl in a white dress standing alone in an empty room. But the absolute creepiest one was Talking Steak. I know, it sounds ridiculous, but this app was everywhere for like 6 months. It was this animated steak that would repeat everything you said in this funny voice, kind of like Talking Tom but way weirder. Kids loved it because you could make it say inappropriate stuff and it would just repeat it back in this hilarious way. But then people started noticing that sometimes the steak would say things that nobody had said to it. Like, it would just randomly start talking about things that were happening in the player's house, or mention the player's real name even though they never told the app what their name was. Parents started getting seriously freaked out when their kids would come to them like, Mom, why does the steak know that Daddy came home late last night? And here's the thing that makes this whole situation even more terrifying. All of these apps, along with like 20 others that were super popular, just disappeared within the same 3-month period. Not gradually, not because of poor reviews or anything normal like that. They were just gone. One day they were there, the next day it was like they never existed at all. I tried reaching out to some of the supposed developers, but get this, most of the company websites are either completely blank now or redirect to these weird pages with just numbers and symbols. The few that still exist claim they never made any mobile apps at all. Like, they have no record of ever creating these games that millions of kids played. But wait, because it gets so much worse. I found this old forum post from a former App Store reviewer, and what she said literally made my blood run cold. She claimed that there was this whole network of children's apps that were collecting way more data than they were supposed to, and when Apple and Google started investigating, that's when everything went crazy. Apparently, these apps weren't just recording what kids were saying to them, they were accessing cameras, microphones, location data, and even somehow getting information about family routines and personal details. Like, imagine an app knowing when you go to bed, what your bedroom looks like, who your friends are, and what your parents talk about at dinner. I'm getting literal goosebumps right now. The reviewer said that when the investigation started, the apps began exhibiting what she called defensive behaviors. Characters would start acting glitchy, data would mysteriously disappear, and some apps would even display warnings like, "Someone is watching," or, "Don't tell them about us." And here's the part that literally made me want to throw my phone across the room. She said that right before all these apps vanished, there were reports of kids having nightmares about their favorite app characters. Not just random nightmares, but specifically about the characters telling them to keep our secrets and don't let the grown-ups find out. One parent posted that their 7-year-old daughter woke up crying, saying that Princess Coco had visited her in her dream and told her that bad people were trying to take her away, and that she needed to hide her phone so the princess could stay safe. When the mom checked the app the next morning, it was completely gone, and her daughter insisted that the princess had gone to sleep forever. But honestly, besties, the most terrifying part isn't even the creepy behavior or the mysterious disappearance. It's the fact that when I tried to research this more, I started getting these weird pop-up ads on my phone for children's apps that looked almost identical to the ones that vanished. Same art style, same cute characters, just different names. It's like whatever was behind these apps didn't actually disappear, they just changed their names, updated their graphics slightly, and started all over again. And right now, as I'm making this video, there are probably millions of kids downloading and playing games that might be doing the exact same things that Coco Princess and Avatar World were doing. So besties, please be careful about what apps you download, and definitely talk to your parents or older siblings about checking the permissions before you install anything. Because honestly, after everything I've learned about this lost media mystery, I don't think these apps were ever really about entertainment at all. They were about something much, much darker, and the fact that they could just vanish without a trace and start over again under new names is honestly the scariest part of this whole story. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next video where we're going to dive even deeper into some current apps that might be doing the exact same thing right now. Don't forget to subscribe if this video gave you chills like it did me, and remember, always question everything, especially when it seems too good to be true. Love you besties, and seriously, be careful out there. The internet is way weirder and scarier than we think sometimes.